Tension continued to grip the commercial town of Litan in Manipur's Ukhrul district, though residents said the situation remained uneasy but calm for the moment amid heavy security deployment. Heavy evacuation is currently underway in Litan and the adjacent village of Mangkot following violent clashes between Tangkhul Naga and Kuki communities that left 25 houses and 4 government quarters burnt, police said. The damaged structures also included 2 houses belonging to members of the Kuki community, according to a preliminary police assessment. The violence erupted late Sunday night, with the incident reported between 11:30 p.m. and midnight at Litan Bazaar. Police said automatic gunshots and rifles fire were heard, triggering panic among residents. Personnel from the nearby Litan police station facilitated safe movement and maintained law and order, while the affected areas were fortified by the BSF, CRPF and Assam rifles, officials said. Additional security forces were also deployed. The district magistrate of Ukhrul imposed curfew in Litan village on Sunday evening, citing apprehension of a breach of peace and public tranquility between the two communities with risks to human lives and property. And now to get the latest update as to this particular and unraveling incident that took place in Lethan in Ukhrul district of Manipur, we've got with us our correspondent Mubashir Raji, who is currently in Ukhrul district, and we'll be getting the live updates from him. First of all, thank you so much, Mubashir.
Yes,
just a few days back, there was some kind of good news for the people of Manipur when the popular government was reinstated and the president rule was revoked. And now all of a sudden, after a couple of days after the reinstatement of a popular government, we now hear tensions coming from Litan. So, Mubashir, for the viewers, could you briefly just explain as to what had happened on that particular yesterday, Sunday night, and how did this whole quarrel or else this unrest start from Litan?
Akibi, right now situation look very grim at the moment. As far as how the incidents have spilled out of control and things like that will be a matter of investigation. We will know only when the investigation is completed. But right now at the moment situation is very tense. Villagers, mostly women and children are abandoning their villages in separate locations where we see that in the hillside also in the higher hillside many women and children are carrying their valuable items and running to separate locations, which look very grim. At the moment there is a deployment of large number of security forces, but even then we are still hearing some gunshot blank fire as security persons are a person informed, but the situation look very grim. The Litan town look completely deserted at the moment. The people have mostly moved out to separate locations. Yes, there are still the presence of huge security presence, but anything can happen at the moment. The situation looks very grim. To bring the situation under control, the newly formed government send their Deputy Chief Minister Mr. Lossi Dikho along with the MLA Kimyo Haukip these two people came here in Litan and they held rounds of talks with the community leaders. They said situation is under control as as they can reach some form of negotiation or some form of understanding between the two communities. However, situation look very grim. We never know what will happen tonight. Yes, Akibito.
All right, Mubashir, unfortunately, when the popular government was reinstated a few days back, all the leaders that had taken oath on that particular day had reaffirmed their motive, or rather they reaffirmed their position to bring normalcy back to the state of Manipur. Now, when you look at it, the conflict that erupted in Manipur erupted in the month of May 2023. Do you feel that now with the Nagas who were not involved, Manipuri Nagas that were not involved in the Manipur conflict, do you feel like such incidences can hamper law and order situation when the state is trying to go back to normalcy?
Yes, definitely, Akibi. Yesterday only as we reported, this Kuki MLA Mr. Bunjagil Balte,
Yes.
he got injured during this, in the peak of Manipur violence and during the peak of this ethnic violence, and he was brought to Impal and then airlifted to Delhi, and it was it was an emotional atmosphere, and we kind of think that some form of peace will be prevail in Manipur. But last night incident has been a great setback. We talked to new Deputy CM, Mr. Lossi Diko also. I asked him how much it is a setback for the new government to face such a situation when they could not even distribute this portfolio and all. How much it is going to be a setback? That he said that it is a big challenge obviously, but they will somehow manage it. That is what he gave. But the entire district administrator, along with this MLA Kimyo Hang Singh, along with this Lossi Diko and other people have arrived since morning, and they're taking stock of the situation. But as we have said in the report also, around 25 houses have already burned down, and the situation looked very grim. When we talk to the villagers, they are very hesitant to stay. Mostly women and children are very hesitant to stay in the locality, as the things could spin out of control anytime. But when we are also seeing large number of additional security forces arriving in the scene, which is another very positive sign. Probably after this Mr. Lossi Diko and Kimyo might have already reported to the Chief Minister also, and then it might be the results of that same meeting. That is why additional security forces are being sent to the area. So situation looks very grim, and it is a big challenge for the new government. Yes.
All right, Mubashir, this incident that took place last night at Sunday around midnight took place in the district of Ukhrul, and Ukhrul so happens to be the district of the Outer Manipur Member of Parliament, Sir Alfred. So after this incident happened, has the MP, or rather has the Outer Manipur MP also tried to bring normalcy to the situation? Is he there on the ground, and have you seen him trying to get the situation under control?
Unfortunately, we haven't seen him. Alfred, there was I'm not sure whether he was out of station, whether he is in Delhi, or maybe for Parliament session or another thing or not. I'm not sure also. But having said that, local MLA Mr. Ram Wimba was also there. Kimyo Haukip is there, and there's Lossi Diko is there. That is what I came to know, or I have seen them personally and talked to them also. But as far as Alfred Arthur is concerned, he was nowhere to be seen. Yes, obviously he might have other urgency, or he might be, taking stock of the situations through other official means only. Yes, Akibi, back to you.
All right, Mubashir, talking about the place called Litan, if memory serves me correct, it was this place where the current Chief Minister of Manipur, Y. Khemchand, during his peace building measure and during the time of Christmas, Mr. Y. Khemchand, or rather Chief Minister Khemchand, had singularly, or rather in his own particular capacity, he had gone to the village of Litan to meet Kuki IDPs, or rather affected Kuki families there, and he tried to bridge the gap between the Meitei and Kuki. So do you feel that such methods, or rather such peace building measures that are taken up by Chief Minister Y. Khemchand, do you think that with such incidents happening, this peace building measure trying to bridge the divide between the two communities, do you think it's going to get even tougher now?
Definitely, Akibi. Yes, you mentioned right that it was in Litan that Mr. Khemchand visited that time. But having said that, it is going to be very difficult for him also. But Mr. Khemchand, as far as Mr. Khemchand is concerned, he has a different set of working and a different set of understanding with different community. Yes. It was very different from the Mr. Biren Singh.
Yes.
Personality wise also very different from Mr. Biren Singh. So I think he he has a bolder approach. He has a completely different and bolder approach to solving such kind of issues. So that is why I think that is the main reason he sent his deputy, Mr. Losi Diko, since morning. As it might not be it might not be a good idea for him to come down there personally. That might be the one reason he sent Mr. Losi Diko out there, and Mr. Losi Diko along with his Kimio Hawkip and local MLA, Mr. Ram Muiba, where holding a rounds of meeting with the local leaders and as well as the community leaders of what community. They have several rounds of meeting, but the situation situation is very grim right now at the ground. The abandoned houses, which they have started burning down. All of a suddenly, the fire caught all of a suddenly, as the winds are blowing in the daytime. Fire are cutting, and gas cylinders are blowing up somewhere, and the villagers are moving from here and here. In a sense that this pickup the trucks, they were catching this pickup truck, and with their belonging, they try to went to separate places. So the situation looks very grim at the moment. But yes, as far as Mr. Khemchan is concerned, he has a different approach towards such kind of situation. So and above it, he has a very good rapport with both the community, both Kukis and Nagas. He has a very good rapport with Airtel has good rapport with Nagas, and also he try or he's on the process of building a good rapport with the Kuki community also. Only yesterday itself, he with his assistant, with his assistant, he brings Mr. Bunjagin Balti here to Impal and then to airlifted to Delhi. So definitely it will be a big challenge, but people in Manipur, we all hope that he somehow will manage to find a solution to all this problem. Yes,
all right, Mubashir, in the visuals that is currently being displayed on our screen, we see a lot of public property being damaged, and we see a lot of people running around in pure pandemonium. So has there been any official update as to how many houses have now been confirmed burnt, how many government buildings, and has there been any loss of life or property?
There is no loss of life as of now, fortunately, that as far as I came to know. But as far as the number of houses are concerned, we got to know from this Litan police station that around 25 houses have burned down last night, and including 4 government quarters. And in a hillside, the 25 houses is a big number because most of the villages in the hills are not big in numbers. So 25 houses is a very big number. If we, in terms of the number of houses or the density of houses that are being are there in the hillside. So that is a big number. So far as we came to know, the 25 houses have been burned down, including 4 government quarters. As far as estimation of the damage of property, there is no official report as of now. But we can only as far as we got to see, this Litan is a lively, very lively small town, very lively and full of activity small town. But since morning, what we are doing is everything. There is no commercial activity. All the stores are closed down. Number of people have it is understandable that number of people have already abandoned the place. So the loss of property is immense. That is what I want to assert. Loss of property is immense, but there is no assessment of the numbers or the amount of property that might have get lost in since the escalation of incident that happened since yesterday. Yes, Akibit.
All right, now Mubashir, now coming back to a very important discussion in which after the popular government was reinstated by the government, in which Y. Khemchand became the next chief minister of Manipur, it was seen as to give like a proper representation. The BJP government had to install 2 deputy chief ministers, one Nemcha Kipgen from the Kuki community and one NPF's Losi Dikho from the Naga community. But after which we also saw huge protests from the Kuki, or rather the Kuki Zo Council, or from the people from the Kuki tribe, in which they had openly come out in protest against the 10 cookie zoo MLAs who decided to be part of the popular government. What is the current situation there, and do you feel that the demand of the cookie zoo people that all 10 MLAs should resign could become a reality very soon?
Akibi, as of now, the situation in Chandpur and other cookie areas have settled down. Fortunately, there is no report of violence in Chandpur or either in Kangpokpi. As of now, the situation is completely normal there at Chandpur, but the center of this violence have already seemed to be shifted to this Ukhrul side. As of now, fortunately or unfortunately, we only hope that the things will settle down. As far as their demand about the resignation of these 10 cookie MLAs, it is continuing at the moment. But as far as we talk to people, as Kimio Hauki visited this area. He is also a cookie MLA. So I don't think any MLA will resign as protesters are demanding their resignation. So nobody will resign. That is as of now. I cannot say for the future, but as of now, nobody is resigning at the moment. No statement from Namsa Kipchen, be it, or other MLA or cookie MLA. So and above it, we have to see the pressure the central government might have it using to the cookie MLAs also. If they resign from the MLA or partyship, there will be disciplinary action from the party side also. So central government, it was with the complete knowledge or with the advice of central government that they decided to form the government and decided to be part of the government of this Mr. Kemsan-led government. So it will not be easy for anyone to resign also. So I don't think as of now they will resign. Yes, I can respect you.
All right, Mubashir, and lastly, according to the latest updates we have received, the district administration of Ukhrul has currently put curfew in the district. How long do you think that this curfew will currently go on, and is this curfew the BNS 163 in which more than 4 people are not allowed to assemble? And also, has the local administration informed the media, or rather the people, about what could likely happen tomorrow or day after?
Well, Akibi, the curfew is in place since last night, since the beginning of this incident. Yes. As of now, the curfew has been calmed down in the area, but we cannot say for how long this curfew will be in place. The obvious answer from the authority concerned is, as soon as the situation became normal, it will be lifted and understandable. But the curfew, the imposition of curfew is good in a sense that this miscreant elements, people, arm-bearing people will not come out. That is the main motive of the imposition of curfew. But having said that, even though curfew is being imposed, people are still moving, to their safety location, and nobody is stopping. So imposition of curfew as such is a precautionary measure, and it is a good measure. And curfew will be in place as long as situation is not normalized. I think tonight will be a very critical for the area. Okay. If things settle down tonight, it will be completely normal. It will slowly become normal in the area. However, if once again you might have already understood by now that the trouble in Manipur mostly happened just during the night time or late evening.
Yes. So.
So, finger crossed at the moment. Large number of security convoys are coming to the place and already started deployment. But even for the security personnel, also very difficult to one thing it is a very difficult terrain. Other thing they also don't understand the geography as much as the local people. So even if in the highway or in a big road or in big centers or big this heavy deployment might be there, but in a far-flung area or in a peripheral area, the violence may still escalate, and it will be very difficult to cover the entire area when it's such a big area and it's such a difficult area, and it will be very difficult for security person also to cover the entire area and give a blanket security coverage, as they say. So it will be very the situation remain very grim at the moment. Yes, Takibi.
All right, thank you so much, Mubashir, for the latest updates on the Ukhrul incident, and we hope that you also remain safe, and we will be getting all the latest updates from you regarding this current situation. Thank you so much. Well, that was our correspondent, Mubashir Raje, who just spoke to us from Ukhrul district in Manipur, where he has stated that the current situation in Lethan seems to be very grim. Well, there is peace at the moment and there is a huge security presence in the area. But as our correspondent just mentioned, that the day might look peaceful, but then over the past few years, it has come to a common notion that violence is usually taking place at the cover of the dark. So, Mubashir, he stated that tonight would be a critical juncture for the security forces who are currently present in Ukhrul's Litan, where tensions erupted yesterday during midnight, in which it has been reported that several houses have been burned, including government quarters. And according to our correspondent, the official notification is not out yet. So, the correct reason as to why the arson started could not be verified by official sources, but our correspondent is on the ground and he'll be getting all the latest updates.